Guys, happy Father's Day on this June Sunday. It's June 18th, 2023. And I know our society is not necessarily set up to appreciate fathers, but I appreciate you for all those dads out there raising their kids and keeping their families safe and doing what they're supposed to be doing. I'm very grateful for my appreciative family, and I hope you have a fantastic Father's Day. All right, so looking at crude oil. I had been tracking this originally as a 1-2, 1-2 to the downside, and at first it sure did start behaving that way. But then it violated both of these pivots. You can see this blue pivot was for this smaller degree 1-2, which I just took off the chart actually. And then the purple pivot is for this initial, what I thought was a 1-2 to the downside. I did trade this predominantly to the short side and had a very good trading week last week, and ended up taking off all the shorts. And I mentioned this in the room. I posted right here on this candle. This is a 144-minute chart. I'm up really early these days, so I took off my longs and I took off all of my shorts, which I only had a little bit remaining at that point, and went long. And then since Friday afternoon before the close, I took off all but 1/5 of my long from the morning. So that turned out to be a wonderful scalp. And the reason I took that off is, you see, if this is a 1-2 to the upside, and really the way I'd be thinking of that is A, B, excuse me, my kids are playing with my phone. If this is a B, and then C, this would be the 1-2 of that C wave. So if that's the case, this pivot, this gray area right here, is the pivot for that 1-2. So the reason I took off the longs, except for 1/5, is because it made it to the 100% of 1-2, and that is an area that could be the end. If this is an ABC, right to that 100 fib, then that would suggest maybe this is a 1-2 to the downside. I mean, that could be. Now, I am so small long after having a really good couple of weeks, especially this last week, with these short trades and short scalps. But now I'm net long, small size, but the parameters are really clear. Look, the things I used to complain about LA Wave are now the exact same things are what I appreciate about LA Wave. And that is, counts change, measurements change, but, that's a good thing. Because when the count changes, when price wave starts hitting different fibs, different levels, it should be, yes, it's invalidating one idea, but then it's opening the door to another idea. Now, of course, you can't trade in the past. You can only put on a position in this exact moment. So that's where LA Wave can also really help guide one, like, where am I at in the context of this price wave? So, and I think right now we're at a very clear, the parameters to me, my way of thinking, are very clear. If we come back down below this pivot, it opens a door to this being the start of the final, of really nasty C wave, which, it might sound crazy. What do you mean lower 50s? Well, yeah, because if you look at a super longer term chart, I mean, the lower 50s, I don't have any problem with price coming down to the lower 50s based on any which way that you want to measure this thing. So, and now at this exact moment, if that's a 1-2 to the downside, then the way these fibs project is, you can get all the way down into the lower 50s if this is a 1-2. And I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying this is a really interesting position right here to be in. Now, I'm long, but my stop is going to be, I didn't put it on yet, but at the open, I'm going to put a stop in at 70 for that small long position that's remaining. And I had a very great entry for that, but just intuition, whatever the uncertainty, I took it off. I took the gains quickly Friday afternoon before the close. So there you go. Above 70, then the door remains open to see this 5-wave structure play out for a wave C. A equals C gets you to 78. So there you go. That's what I got. The other clues that I look at on the longer time frames actually support us going much lower. So I don't know if this is going to, maybe that's it. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is the very, very beginnings. How would I know that? I wouldn't. I can't know that. So the best thing I can do is look at these parameters. And right now it's this pivot. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. And this is the larger pivot right here. If this is a 1-2-1-2 and it starts coming down, then it's going to get below this area right here. And if that happens, then it's game on. I mean, I say game on. I got to be honest, every pivot that I've put on the crude oil chart over the last 10 months or so, it just gets crisscrossed. It's moving in threes. It's just a difficult game. But at some point, the best structures are the C waves because they, in general, they tend to be more reliable. So at least you know if you're in a C wave or not because it'll follow some kind of a general standard parameter. In this case, at one of these times, it's going to follow a pivot, either to the upside, which is this one, or the downside, which is a much larger one. So this is the game right here. All right, guys, good luck and happy Father's Day. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your family. And catch you guys in the room. See ya. Bye-bye.